Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper coming at you for another video for Shadows. Hopefully you're having a great week and a great start to the week. I know it's been very busy for myself. We've got Siege kicking off within a couple of hours today. And today's video is going to be supposedly a showcase of my new Brutal team, and obviously carrying on the series that we started last week for the channel. And I know a few of you guys were curious of what's going on and stuff like that on the road to 1 billion brutal damage. Now, brutal damage is probably the key that I lack in the most, because I put Trunda key for normal and my Wixwell comp at Nightmare. So it's really important that we try and get close to that 1 billion damage much as possible, but we are missing quite a lot of key champions. So this week we're going to do things slightly bit differently from last week. We're going to break down the team first, and I'll show you the team setup. I'll drop all the timestamps down below, and then we'll talk about maybe towards the end of the run, we'll see the damage, our potential substitutes I'll try for next week. We're tanking this week in SP2, but this is why we've been delayed on the video quite a bit. I've been no rush to kind of get my keys in or anything like that. So we'll take a look at it, and then we'll see, maybe potentially you guys can drop some comments down below. Who do you want to see come into my team and potentially increase my damage even more? Or if you guys, if I'm sleeping on anyone, let me down know in the comments. So let's go get that run, and then we'll take a look. So as you can see here, we've changed the teams by quite a bit. There's been a couple of changes. Cecilia, someone's dropped for Rathalos, which I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, and Cardiel's also been dropped for Lady M. Now, Lady M is coming to the team generally because it increased attack, right? It was the Dark Health Mythical we dropped, so we brought in Rathalos as his replacement. So overall, I've made some adjustments to the team. I think we've got the core correct between the two hack, Neg Mofar, and Carnage staying in the team, and being the glue of the team, and the importance of them three being in the team. This week we didn't have to flip forms as much with Carnage. We just went all balls in and some stuff like that. So let's have a look at why we've set up like this. So Necrofar's in the lead. He went in the lead. We had two hack in the lead last week, but this week we've got Necrofar coming in. We still have the 9-piece protection on 2 hack, which increases our damage. And then Negmafire is coming in still in the provoke set. Ally attack's been replaced, so we lost some survivability and a secure blanketness of Carnage. And Lady M has come in. Now, Lady M brings increased attack, which is what we lost with replacing the Dark Health in our team. And she also brings a great debuff extension on the A2, so she increases the durations, which helps with the block buffs quite a bit as well, which is very nice. Venus has come in with the Hex set, and Venus is also bringing some raw damage, Carnage DPS, and Venus also bringing a HP burn for Rathalos Blade Master as well for that. So that's really important that we keep all these in sync with each other. Now we're going to start look at the setup, and then we'll talk about setup and how we're trying to set up the start of the setup. So I do have Lady M in the reflex set, a fairly fast one. 2 hack is the fastest because I wanted to land the block buffs, etc. And we've actually turned off the block buffs this week on the presets when we do the auto parts. So when I go and turn off, I can set up the block buffs at the correct time as well to try and help me out. Now, the trick with the whole start is to provoke DK to start off the whole run, obviously, so he doesn't cleanse, but also to kill Mischief as soon as possible, to drop all the 10 meters on the head, and then be able to hopefully be able to CC DK a bit more. Negmafar is weak affinity for that. But obviously, Negmafar bring in that decreased speed, that increased speed, a turn meter, and stuff like that as well. It's a pretty standard setup coming through, and yeah, I think as well throughout the run I could do better with the weak hits, and pay attention a bit more to that. So that's something we can work on for next week, which might increase with damage. I've got some ideas on what adjustments to make as well, but you can see here some big boy damage. So I'm going to let this play out and let you guys watch this. If you want to slow it down in the settings, you can. In the run, you can see the damage is starting to pile increasably very high, and then you guys can kind of take a look at that on your own accord. Enjoy the music. We'll be right back after this. Okay, so this is the damage overall. We're at 666.54 million. Big increase from last week. I think last week was around about 550 or something like that. So big increase overall. Very nice. So Venus actually did way more damage than Cecilia did in a reasonable same type of gear. If anything, I think Cecilia had a bit of a better build than Venus. So that's good to see. We've got Raid Blade Master in here as well, coming in with a bit more than the Dark Half did, and Carnage superior, like increases damage so much with the increased attack and etc. I don't know what happened this week with Carnage, but he's gone through the roof this week compared to last. I think that's because we stopped switching forms, and this is really key to note because Blade Master is one of the hardest hitters in this game, and he has done way less damage than Carnage, and the Carnage is a mythical. Just bear it in mind, the two overall. And you will see there as well, Carnage healing, 91 million for the healing as well. That is really, really key to kind of take a note from this. Carnage is an absolute beast, and he's basically doubled the damage. He's basically done nearly 300 damage of this itself. So I'm really happy to see this from Carnage. This is what we want to see from mythicals, especially mythicals that we're getting from free to play as well. So this is good news for everyone, because at some point you will get this champion, right? Like Lady M, that is key. So Lady M obviously not doing as much. 2 Hack coming in with 18.5, and then Nekmafar coming in with 29. Now I've seen Nekmafar do like a 100 million himself in this. So the changes that we're gonna make next week is I'm gonna put Negmafar back into the Hex set, and I'm actually going to completely wipe out the provoke set and try and just I suppose cheese the method as much as possible and see if we can increase everyone's damage even more. We're going to replace Blade Master probably with Mishiati, Ronda, or Sorna, who can ignore defense, and hopefully we kill Mischief with before DK takes his turn, and then knock all the turn meter back and then focus on that type of damage as well. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe Venus will go into the provoke set, which is what I'm also feeling as well. Because generally you just need to provoke on the first turn, drop the turn meter back, and then hopefully be able to provoke within a time. She got 2 AoE, so potentially that could also work as well. Mishiati has always been fantastic in a provoke set, so that's something we're more so much try. Mishiati will bring Hex to the team as well, so that is something that could work. Another thing as well with Mishi coming in, he will bring the defense down. So potentially we replace Venus with someone who brings a weaken. And there's a couple of people who can bring weaken in their kits with a couple of AoEs, which I might be another alternative situation for us as well. Potentially can do more damage than Venus. So that's about it with the team setups. Let me show you the gear then. And the stats. This is Mr. Carnage, and how we doing? Now I've nearly finished the live arena Great Hall with Curse City, so we will start pushing these stats up soon. These are the stats that we got here. It's better to put you in second form because Carnage are used in second form and not in first form. So you got 276 speed here. Like once you start running them at 290, which is what he will be, or maybe even 300 once we get 6-star blessing. And this is why Carnage stays in the team for me, because of that. Now potentially we change the, I was gonna say we change the banner, but the accuracy brings 100 extra critical damage from his passive ability, so I don't see the point of changing that. But potentially we go Crushing Ram, which would probably be one of few champions I'm actually able to get Crushing Ram on once we got that, and it'll absolutely make him hit like a bee. So these are his stats, and this is his gear overall. What do I think about him? I think he's a great champion. I think he's a bit selective on where you can use him in live arena. I think everything else generally works quite well. So these are the stats that we're running on Venus. She is in the Hex set with Brimstone. Kind of need to start bringing in some extra cruelty blessings as well, but you know that's going to be one thing that we're working in a bit of future as well. And obviously some extra stats here would be pretty nice. We do see she is crit capped overall as well. Let's go to Blade Master. So Blade Master is in a 4-piece merciless. Is a free switch staff, so we're trying to get the cooldowns as much as possible. And obviously he is still um in the relentless as well for extra turns. You can see his stats are very similar to Carnage, except from Carnage's attack is substantially higher. But Carnage has one of the highest base attacks in the team, which is quite nutty. I might change his masteries long term as well to maybe potentially make this better as well. Overall, let me just move my screen because it looks like we've got a bit of green screen hanging in, which has been overlapped. There we are. And we can see some extra additional stuff here as well. We stayed with half of scouts, but it might be a good idea to maybe change it to cruelty to try and get some extra ignored defense in there. That could also potentially work as well. I think Nekmafar will change his blessing from the Boomstone next week, and we'll go with something like cruelty. I think we still have the free choice, which we do. So he's definitely going to be someone we'll put cruelty on next week because he's going to be the backbone of the account. Like we spoke about a couple of champions who can replace him. I don't have them options unavailable, unfortunately, because if we did, we could potentially just drop Venus or that type of role. But at the moment, we have to bring that type of role in. This is the other settings as well for 2-hack. Now, do I think this new champion is this new fusion is going to bring anything to my account? Unless they do a 5-star blessing for him, I can't see him adding anything to my account in damage personally. And if they offer a 5-star blessing, maybe is a better option than Mishi, just because he's got the hex ability, right? That's the only way I could see it happens. This is Lady M stats, so she's in a 4-piece reflex as well, which is going to be super key to everything. And you can see here we don't have War Master and stuff, so this is probably a bit of a potential setback for the team overall, but you know, it's still working fantastic, and we have seen an improvement next week. It will be hard next week to try and improve, but hopefully next week we'll hit the 700 million mark, and that would be a fantastic increase. But that would be something we'll have to see. It is worth noting as well, my team is way more friendly auto than you've seen me do today. Just the only time I'd recommend, if you've got to copy the team, is when like Suffering or Wrath pops up, just to drop that block buffs on that off, and that's why it's been switched off. So that's the only preset that I would really worry about than that. Anyway, that's it from me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I've been grimreaper. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.